Hello. So we want to create a custom VPN, custom DNS server, or a website blocker, or an application blocker. Like application has to be blocked by blocking its domains, right? So I am using Pi-hole with DigitalOcean server and with the custom code that I wrote myself. So I'm gonna show you how you can do it for yourself right now. You have to go to DigitalOcean, create a droplet, right, and let it come up. Pick a region near to your customer base. You can pick any region since this is also configurable from the code that I wrote. So I'm just gonna use something that I will not use in production. Actually, Singapore is near to me, so I'll use Singapore for now. Right, I will go to the marketplace images and search for pi hole. So say pi hole and pick the image, and now you have to pick any CPU but with two CPUs, like any option, but the CPU must be at least two CPUs are required. I will pick this expensive one for now, just to showcase this. And then you have to create the I think I've shown my key. uh, Anyways, I'll edit the video. So yeah, then you have to create the keys and then put a key, one of the key here. So you go to new SSH key, that is your public key content, and then you can name it anything you want. I will in the next process I will tell you where to get these keys, but for now I already have my keys and I would like to use those keys. I think I'm using the last one that I showed. Anyways, so go on, give it a tag. I will say Singapore VPN, right? Anything that is explanatory. Create the droplet, wait for it to be created. Meanwhile, I want to explain that this is a VPN server that I just created. Now this VPN server is not useful if you are a app developer like you. How do you plan to connect your users to this VPN server? This thing only spits out one VPN configuration, like one VPN client information. So using that client information, only one person can connect to it. But to create multiple configurations for multiple customers and also create those by some kind of APIs, like in the mobile app, let's say you build a mobile app where people buy your VPN, they pay for it, and a configuration gets created for them so they can connect, right? But how do you plan to create those configuration using the APIs, since no APIs are available to create the configuration? So this is the problem that I have addressed. So let's go to the access console of this droplet. Since I used SSH keys, I'll have to do it from here. Okay, the next thing we need to do, so there are two kind of APIs. One is to block a website after VPN connection using APIs, and the other one is to create the configuration for VPN client. So the first one, both of those APIs are not available right now on this thing that you just installed, right? One of them for blocking the website, for unblocking the website, whitelisting, and the data collection, all of those things. Well, it has ruined my video, certainly. I'll just go ahead and create another one. I don't know what does it want. Okay, after creating this, please come on, please come up. What is wrong? Yeah, this will keep happening now. Okay, I'll just use another droplet to save time. So to bring those two different APIs up, like where's my VPN guide here? So let's say one API. So you want to give your user a function where they can block a certain website. Let's say they want to block google.com from the app that you built. Let's call your app, right? Now in order to block that, you need an API. Like if user hits submit, you have to call an API that blocks the google.com, right? So this is one API. I'm calling these APIs as internal APIs. right? And for external APIs, what I mean is we don't have these many configurations options available for Pi-hole. So go back to DigitalOcean. Let me use this one which I just created, and please do not try to be smart enough to copy the keys from this video. I will be wiping out everything before I even publish this video. So yeah, there you go. After you actually create this, after you actually create the VPN server, you will see this configuration. Yeah, these two QR codes. One is for only DNS and the other one is the full VPN. Now the problem is creating new configuration clients from here is not really possible. It is possible using terminal, like doing this blah 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 blah, but that's also a lengthy process, a very complex process. And the second, how do you plan to do it when your customer buys a package from your application? So you have to create some kind of APIs to run those commands, right? So this is where we are right now, but for now we have to enable the internal APIs by migrating to another version. The current version does not have even the blocking of the website APIs. So this link is linked in this document that I will be linking down the video description, and you have to copy these three commands. Let me actually put these commands in case this link goes down. Upgrading to v6. So you have to upgrade to v6 to use those APIs. So let's copy this, go back, where's my thingy? Yeah, here. Let's say we want to switch to development. We ran first command and then we want to switch our core to the development. Okay, that one ran successfully. This will actually ask you a question, so just say why. This is just a warning for developers. So copy the third command. When it completes, run the third command. Why? Yes. Okay. After doing this, you have now the APIs available. Those APIs are documented on this link. This link will be actually this whole document will be linked into the video description. Okay, this is the link where you now this is the link that you can use to actually call those APIs, block, check queries, what users have been, what are your customers, what websites are they visiting, what is the most trending website they are using. You can block them, redirect them. Let's say you want to promote your search engine instead of Google, so you can just create that override function using these APIs. But I will not discuss those APIs for now. You can figure them out on your use case. The next problem is, how do we create the configurations, more configurations, right? So since this is only one configuration that is shown on top here, right? So for that you have to install the WireGuard VPN application on your mobile phone. I'm using it on my mobile phone. I don't think I will be sharing my screen from the mobile phone, so just install the WireGuard VPN from Play Store. After that, just go open the app, scan the QR code, scan this QR code, right, or this QR code, any of those two QR code. After you scan, you will see a configuration on your mobile phone. In that configuration you have two boxes. One is interface and the other one is peer. So in peer there is a public key. So we are not using the public key from interface, we are using the public key from peer. Actually I will try to edit the video and put those screenshots there. And yeah, that's it. Once you copy that public key, paste that public key somewhere, I will let you know where we need that public key. So I hope you followed until here. Next step is to use the code base that I talked about, right? That actually creates these configurations on behalf of you for your user, just using the APIs. So clone this repo. This repo is also a public repo. It must be linked here. No, okay. No, it is this one. Okay, so I'll be linking this down here. And once you clone this to your local, you have to do a few things. Let's go do that. So this is the repo that I've cloned. So you'll see configs and keys folders are empty. First of all, you have to create a key pair for yourself. If you are on Mac, you're lucky. If you're on Windows, you have to figure that out using keygen, putty keygen. So for Mac I have attached the command here, so just cd into the keys and then uh, take the command from here, which is this red command, ssh keygen, right? So it will generate the new key and you can type in whatever you want. It will just create two key pairs. One will have .pub, one will not have .pub, right? And this is, so actually let me create that. Enter the file you want to save this key to. Okay, yeah, so you do not want to save it here. Actually you want to save it in this local. So I know the path of this thing. Come on, what is happening? Actually just do that, pwd, copy this, right? Copy this, run the command again of key generation, paste this. Keys already exist, yeah, sure. I think we should have used a slash after the keys. Okay, let's do that. So do this, paste your command and put a slash. Okay, okay, I actually have to give a name. So sorry, this is hard. So slash, I will call it id new, right? And paraphrase, I can add any paraphrase. For now I'm using my name, right? So these two keys will be generated here. So for the, I will not for the public key, you have to copy the public key and use it in the DigitalOcean. When you were creating the droplet, it was asking you to enter a public key, right? So you have to use it there, and you have to use the public key. Do not use password because that's not useful in this code base. So once we have that key pair, I will not be using this key pair, right? And this also exposed half of my keys. Anyways, I will not be using this key pair. I actually have copied the another key pair that I've used on my linked on my DigitalOcean account. So I will just go ahead and grab that, only if I can find those. Okay, yeah, I can find those. So I can go to come on, what is this? This is embarrassing. Yeah, there you go. VPN, yeah, there you go. And these are the keys I'm using there, so I will just copy these keys and put it here in this directory. Yeah, there you go. Okay, after that you now have to bring in some other configurations like the host name of your server. So that host name is the actual IP of your server. So this is the IP, put it here, and then port is always 22, username is always root. You can labelize this for your users, right? You can label this for your user. The server IP is just this IP colon this thing 512. Just replace your host name here and then it should be good. Don't touch this one. The server public key is the public key that you received from your WireGuard VPN's peer section after scanning the QR code shown on this shown here. You scan this QR code using WireGuard VPN or any other scanner, right? It contains a public key in the peer section, not in the interface section. So it's that public key being used here. I have two servers right now, right? So you can add as many servers as you want, but then the way to run this app, run this is just create a new environment, create a virtual environment for yourself. Dive into that environment by using source env bin activate, and then I have to get rid of my conda thingy. Okay, good to go. Now you have to install the requirements by just using like why I'm even speaking about this. Okay, sorry. Oh, that is bad. I created that inside the keys folder, so you had to cd out before creating the environment, right? And then you have to deactivate current environment, activate into the other environment, deactivate conda. I don't think you have to do everything, all of those things. So you only do what is needed. right? And then you have to install the requirements. Mhm. Okay, okay, gone. After installing the requirements, you have to run this repository by just saying flask run, and that should be it. It should be running now. So the way this thing works is it has two APIs. One is the get servers. So if this is the link, right, you should be getting a list of available servers that you coded in. Where is my postman? So let's use this as get servers. Uh, get servers, so you should get a servers list for your users to connect to, right? Let's say this is the 0 index, so I will just use 0 as the index when creating the this thing. So I will just go hit 0. This is the create client configuration API. Don't worry about the token for now, so just go there. Bad request, how bad it is. Yeah, so to protect this API, you have to actually update this token with whatever you want. So no public access should be enabled for this. Still bad request. What is going on? Why did I clear the bin? Sorry, so sorry. Okay, I'll just take this out. I know what is wrong. It's not actually accepting the post request. But don't worry, you just have to pass in the server index using query parameter. And I did not restart is the problem. So you can still use the token, but you just have to be smart enough to restart the thing after you change something. Okay, so when this is happening, you can look at the logs. It is doing a lot of tricky things behind the scenes. It generates key pairs, it connects to using those key pairs, it creates the configuration, it updates the configuration on server, it shuts off the server, it starts the server again, and then it restarts the WireGuard interface too. So these are the 6 or 7 things that are done behind the scenes. And then it actually also uploads the configuration file back to the server, right? So the client actually can connect to it, and then creates a local copy of it. You can check the local copy of the configuration here in the WireGuard shape. In the .conf extension is for the WireGuard. For JSON, you can send it to your API, right? And this is what you get here in the postman request. So you can use this in your application to actually connect to the WireGuard. Using WireGuard client, you can connect to this VPN now. So I hope this all made sense. And if you have any questions, please reach out.